Railroad Preserver 2000 here, back again doing another here. And today in this video, I'm at the Lyndon House Art Museum here in Athens, Georgia, as you can tell. But, of course, they're holding a reception, that's why we're here, but I'm not going to be filming inside due to there being a lot of people. And, yeah, that's my face. I'm going to be shaving all this when I get home, and I'm hoping that at some point I can get this all shaved, getting fed up with it being so long. But, yeah. You can see the CSX Abbeville sub down there. And, yeah. Hey, Kevin. Let's zoom in. I'm curious because it looks like the place may be abandoned. Now, the reason I say that is because of that roof there. You see how the tin all messed up? It looks like it's abandoned. I don't know if that's the case, but, yeah. You can see the conveyor belts there which would get feed into the silos, and it does have a rail spur there beside it, so that must have been where they would have unloaded the feed into the grain hoppers. But I don't know if the place is abandoned or not. I really don't know, to be honest with you, and I'm going to clean the lens, so I'm going to be right back. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, we are back. And yeah, in terms of anything else I could try and look for, I'm seeing old, I think, garage down there. From what I can see, they're using this all for like gravel and sand storage, as evident by those two walls there, those four walls which have the piles in them. So I guess a stone thing has been built there since. You can see the garage there. I'm trying to get the camera to focus in. Going down, see old ties and whatnot. I think there is an old telegraph pole, or would have been one down there. Don't know if that's accurate. Could be wrong. James Jones, how are you? Welcome to the stream. It's currently 5:40 p.m. Usually, if we're lucky, my grandmother and I usually end up seeing a train at around this time down here. But as you guys know, we usually try to come up to Pulaski High for that. But that's not the case now. Yeah, you can see all the kudzu here. It's all dead. Just some on the fence. It's brittle stuff too when it breaks, like it's hollow. It's kind of hollow sometimes. Where is this at? This is in Athens, Georgia, Asset Studios at the Lyndon House Art Museum. That's it up there on the hill. I don't know if you can hear it, but there's two CSX SD locomotives idling at the depot. It's out of view, but it's that way. This is ex-seaboard trackage too, I should mention. The old southern track is abandoned. I've done a video on one of the bridge on the trestle that's down on the street down towards there. In fact, there's a part of the Y runs along the back part of the property of the feed mill. Of course, since it's private land, and me not wanting to get in trouble, I'm not going to film that unless I ever get permission. So, yeah. Oh, there's also that. It's an old railroad rail. I guess they used as a kind of marker or something. I'll walk up here and show you guys it right quick. Yeah, the reception here doesn't start until like 6 o'clock, so I'm out here just killing time, basically. Oh, actually, no, I might have just given us a chance to see the engines here. And forgive me that this is not a railroad rail. I thought it was, but it's actually a steel beam. Sorry. Sorry to get y'all's hopes up. And actually, there are the two Jeeps here. Okay, so here's a better shot. Let me come through the fence. There's the two Jeeps there, down at the depot. In fact, there's the depot there off to the left. Now you can see there's the seaboard bridge there. What's not shown is the trestle that I filmed. Now, this is CSX territory. Union Pacific is mostly out west unless you count foreign power. This is also good too because I can actually find other train watching locations now. And this here is a good one. In fact, there's a good side shot of the mill. Or I think it's either a mill or a storage facility for grain. I could be wrong on both accounts, or it couldn't even, may not even be grain at all. It might be sand. I really don't know. Yeah. So I am back, and yeah, I think it might actually be a road slug and an actual yard slug, I guess. I say that I could know. Well, actually, maybe it is, because I know someone told me some of these early SD locomotives have the back, I guess, air intakes removed, and they make them into road slugs. I could be wrong, so yeah, I have to get closer up. I'd have to get much closer for a better. I'm gonna pause this stream, so yeah. I'll be seeing you, because I hope to tour the actual old house here. I've only done one video on it, and of course, that was when my grandmother wasn't feeling well. So she's better now, though, so yeah. I'll be seeing y'all. Okay, guys. I'm back, and now we will mosey on to the Lyndon house, this is the house here. This would have been where the summer kitchen would have been, but of course they removed it, which is fine. But you can see artifacts from the house here. There's some more. I love the hat. That is so pretty. Same with the shoes. They don't make that stuff anymore at all. But you can see they have a rain barrel here. So yes, let us entree into the residence. Well, it's unlocked, so I guess that's good. Hello, madam. How are you this evening? Rule of thumb, always look up. God, guys, this is why I love these old houses. Because no architect puts any effort into any building anymore. I mean, really, it's mainly because the style, in terms of the ornate design, there's no longer anyone who wants that anymore. It's just no longer anything that's trending, and it's really a shame. Really, I'm glad that they kept the house with the museum, because this signifies how at once a point in time our home itself could be considered a work of art, and this is exactly what that is. This house is most definitely a true work of art, along with everything in it, from the floors to the furniture to the freaking glass in the windows. I kid you not. You see the chandelier there? It's actually a pinkish colored glass. It doesn't show up on camera though, unfortunately. So I'll start from the first floor and work my way up. You can see an old kerosene lamp here, along with a candle. And look up. God, I love the phone because it brings the color out. And then you've got another chandelier here. I'm glad I'm really the only other person in here. I really don't know if I'm in here, but the door was unlocked and they told me it was open, so I'm gonna take the chance that I have while I can. I may not be able to participate in any urban exploration like of abandoned buildings, nor would I really want to. So this is a nice substitute for that, because not one, the building's preserved, and two, it could kind of be considered a kind of arrested decay, because it's not even abandoned. They keep it up very well. And rule of thumb in these ornate buildings that are preserved, you always have got to look up. And because look at this detail here. Try seeing any modern building with this kind of architectural opulence in use, because you won't find that. You just will not find that. I mean, literally, even the curtain hangers are ornate. I mean, look at that, gilded curtain hangers. You don't see that anymore in houses. Same with the furniture either. I mean, look at this. I mean, this is why I love this. It's beautiful. It's truly beautiful. And now you can see the piano there. Along with, I think that's a violin or a cello. I could be wrong. And then you've got more ornate kerosene lamps here. All of these are kerosene lamps, with the exception of the electric chandeliers that were put in later. And the actual chandeliers themselves are pretty. The glass fixtures, as you can tell, that works. Okay, I'm going to go back to that other one before I move on, because now that I know it'll do this when I zoom in, this will help a bunch. There you go. Now you can see the tinted glass work there. There's the glass work on that chandelier. It's kind of hard to see. Let me go walk back in. There we go. There's the glass work on the vintage chandelier there. So this is the back hall. Now, of course, I don't have a QR code reader, but if you come here and you have one on your phone, you can do that. And I think it'll give an audio tour. So now we're in the central hall. Now, if you're wondering if you can already tell, the hallway makes up the center of the house. And I know the reason for this, because when this house was built, there was no such thing as heating and air systems or air conditioning. So what they would do is they'd open the door in the front and the back, and that's how they'd get airflow throughout the house. They'd have the door in the front and the back open, and they'd probably have these open too. So if you wanted to cool the place down in the summertime, this would be how you did it. Now, I'm pretty sure they would have some form of heat in the form of cold, and of course the heat would be generated by the fireplaces, so you wouldn't have to worry about going cold in the winter. And now you can see the wrought iron railing detail out out front, which is beautiful, very beautiful. And you'll know, oh well, I was going to say, then you'd be able to tell if the glass was old, because the glass that they would have had in this home originally would have been hand pressed, but from what I can see, they have, I think, replaced all of that now. You can look at this here. There's a marble table there. Now here's, I think, a dining room. Yeah, this would have been the front parlor. And look at that. Those are sliding doors there to separate the rooms. I love the paintings too. And again, looking up, because you can see here, every glass cover design is different. No trains yet. I'm betting around 7 or 8 will be when the next one comes, but I'd say this would be a good substitute for that. What do you think? Look at this old Chinaware. They don't make that anymore. Yeah, this is the Lyndon house. It's a preserved home here in Athens, Georgia, and it makes up part of the art museum that's here, hence the name. Now we're in the Lyndon parlor. I only turned the light on because I want to get the glass work. Now this is going to be blurry. I'm just going to point that out. So yeah. Now I'm going to turn that off because I don't want to blow any bulbs. And I think, if I remember, this was a Regina music box. So this is essentially your early 1800s era version of, I think, a record player. So those would have been your discs. As far as I know, they said the thing still works. I've never heard it. I don't want to bother anyone right now because they're holding a reception. So since I already walked through everything, I was going to come in here and film all this. But the rooms are just beautiful. They truly are beautiful. They don't make them like this anymore. They really don't. You can see the mirror here. Even the mirror was ornate, and this would have also been your coat hanger because of the knobs here. You would hang your coats and whatnot on here. I can't remember what that was used for, but yeah, here's where they probably would have had like a furnace, unless that was added later, probably later when the steam heating was around. And oh, look here, you got your old push button light switches here. They don't make those anymore in houses. Now that I've seen everything up downstairs, I'm gonna head up now. Look at this woodwork. I swear, everything about this house just screams early. Oh, actually, I've lied. There is one other room I need to look at. They have almost every order. They have like tons of artifacts in there. This would I think this would have been an old fanning couch. I think. Could be wrong, but I will say it is a nice one. I love on low light. You can see the details of the paintings too. Yeah, let's just say I didn't do a good job filming this the first time, so I wanted to come back and make up for that, so I'm glad I did. You see an attic entrance up there? Well, now, isn't she a happy lady? That's sarcasm. Yeah. There's yourself an old water pitcher there. Some more of the old iron work there.
Yeah.
It's pretty. They don't make it like that anymore, you know. And here's all the artifacts. I have to be careful because I don't want to bump into any of these shelves because that would not be good. I think this is of the Athens area. I want to get all the photographs first before I move on to all the physical artifacts. I think this is relating to mainly the family. I could be wrong. Yeah, here's the timeline. So from 1810 to 1999. That's well over 100 years. So 2010. Like this 150 years old, I think. I could be wrong. There's some baseball bats down here. And your old silver, your silverware, literal silverware that is. See some more photographs here. There's an 1896 view of Athens. Look at that. Don't expect there to be much of that view left. Oh, Banner Herald from 1932. Look at that. That's area's rapidly approaching 100 years old. Pretty still there. Again, another pretty chandelier. Let me see if I can zoom in. There we go. It's a pretty bowl. What even is this anyway? Oh, compote and platter, eh? Don't even know what a compote is. Someone else probably would know better than me. Where that trestle used to be there is where the current one now sits in Athens, the huge one. Every resident who lives here sees. Athens Cooperative Creamery. Old milk jug, if I'm right. Atlanta Constitution. What's the date? Is there a date? 1950. 1950. Postcard of Wilson Lumpkins, 1844 broadcast. I'm going to have to see if that still exists. It should. Beautiful flowers there. And there's a typewriter written letter. Don't make those anymore. Of course, if they had a camera that could show you what things look like when you see it through your eyes, that'd look a bit bigger, but at the same time, it's still very, very small. When I found this out, the reason no one smiled when they took photos back then is because of the slow shutter speed of the camera. Some old china right there, and some old canes. Excuse me. Ether. Oh yeah, Crawford W. Long. This is the man who my street is. The street I live on is named after. He was the first guy to use ether in medicine, if I'm not mistaken. I could be wrong, so yeah. Double barrel cannon, I did a video on that. Oh, hello. Old binoculars there. Here's a bayonet that would go on the end of a early Civil War era. I think it was musket or rifle. I can't remember. There's the armory. That building still exists. Glad to see there's at least still one person watching, probably me. Sitting on the one who's filming it. There's the UGA campus's arch there on that belt buckle. I think that's a bugler's horn, I think. Oh yeah, cavalry bugle. It says it right there, I'm an idiot. Ah yes, bottles galore, ladies and gentlemen. I think it's an old surgeon's thing. Yeah. Medicine chest. Don't make them anymore. Electrotherapeutic machine. That was an old pill roller. All right, Kevin. I'll be seeing you. See some old now those are some stuff that are found in the walls. Wow, that's amazing that they even found all this. Medical bottles found on site. That's amazing. Alright. Time to mosey on upstairs. I know no one's watching, but still, in case anyone ever does show up again, I don't want to have this thing going. I'm just lucky I'm in an area where there's a good sized 4G signal. Hello, sir. Now there's your attic entrance. Sorry, y'all. Had to restart the stream. Okay. So where we last left off, here's your attic entrance, and then there's another crawl space entrance. They're really tiny. There's that door there in the center frame. But look at this. Look at this. There's your old stairwell light. You can see the glass design there very well. It's a plants. And I love this where you can look down. You can stand in the center of the stairwell, come up and just see through the center hall. I love that. That is very nice. Oh, and look at this. This is an actual gear clock mechanism clock here. In fact, there is the clock gears. Right there behind the minute and the hour hand. They don't make clocks like that anymore. Only the few remaining skilled clockmakers do that. So now behind here is the bedroom. This is one of us. Oh, like I think a few. You've got yourself a sewing machine here, an early sewing machine. You can see the baby's crib there. Health and safety experts would have a fit if anyone tried to use using one of those today. You've got another fireplace clock there. That's on the mantle. It's very pixelated when it's zoomed in, so I really apologize. I'm really sorry about that. And then here's your bed here, and look at this. You don't see this anymore at all. You don't see anything that's in this house much anymore at all, unless it's in reproductions or if other people have managed to recreate it. Here's another chandelier with stars this time. Very pretty. There, I could be wrong on that being a vanity, so I'm not going to say it any further. Again, more sliding doors, but closed this time. And then you have your office. The offices are right here, and then your restrooms are there. Again, really, really nicely done job in terms of the house. State Normal School, Athens, Georgia. I love how they say normal. That wouldn't be considered normal today. I don't even think any of that campus is still there in terms of original buildings. You see they have another seat here. In fact, they have the house probably as the best as they can recreated to what it would have looked like back in the early days. You see they have another office there. There's your early wardrobe. You can see the dresses. You see you have a fruit bowl here. And another nice chandelier with a very, very beautiful glass pattern. I'm using the phone zoom as a tactic. I can't remember. Was there another room in here? I can't remember. Well, that's neat. They have the old covered lock keyhole. That's funny. I like these were years before you look in and be like, yeah, like right there, you could flick that back and just peek into the room like some kind of bed peeping Tom. Now we have a beautiful, beautiful light fixture. Back again. Okay, so now we are in, what room is this? I'm guessing a dining room of some kind. Forgive me, y'all, they don't have the room labeled, so I really don't know, but I think this would have been the master dining room. Got yourself another beautiful mirror here. And look at this. Isn't he a happy child? I'm kidding. But God, look at these paintings. You just do not see these anymore at all. Golly. And again, here's that beautiful chandelier, or light fixture. Here's the center dining room table, which would seat 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 people. 8 people could sit here. Again, they can close these rooms off to have privacy. Beautiful dress. That is a very beautiful dress. SMT Mainline, how are you? Sorry if you missed over an hour of the stream. My apologies, sir. But I'm here moseying throughout the Lyndon house. No trains today, and I don't think I'd want to risk filming out here at night, because I know a bit of this Athens is a bit sketchy at this hour, so I don't want to risk it. So, yes. I'll be saving that for this coming Friday / Saturday / everything else, because, yeah, my grandmother and I are going to try and head up to Toccoa, because, and I know NS runs up through there. I've been there once before. This isn't my house, dude. This is a preserved house in Athens, Georgia. It's part of the Lyndon House Art Museum. The art museum is literally built onto the house, really. And besides, although I like these vintage houses, I don't think I could ever keep one up. Well, you can see, yeah. That'd be neat just to have this in this kind of background, low light, and oh my gosh, that'd be amazing. Oh, and I think, is this a table? No. Well, yes, it is. This is another table where you could lift the sides up and you could expand the size of the table. So say if they had guests eating, they could extend this out and get some of these extra chairs in, and you could at least sit maybe 2 or 3 other people in here. You can see the entrance, the garden here, the entrance to the Lyndon house, which would be the front lawn. And again, I'll just do another walkthrough now. Those probably would have been 2 other bedrooms on this side, but they've converted them into office space, which is fine. But I think if I remember, they had, I think, a bedroom in here. I could be wrong. Oh well. I'll have to look back at my other footage from before I went to Cordele for the second time. Oh, look here. I didn't notice this. What's the name of the book? Oh, I'll have to see if this is still in print now. Souvenir of Athens, Georgia. Imagine seeing if any of these places still exist today. I doubt it. One thing I always like about these old houses, most of the creaking floor. You can't get that in any modern house. And also take note, that's marble lining the walls there is the baseboards, I think. Marble baseboards. Try finding that at your local home improvement store. You won't. Just prove that this is a bygone home. Really, it is. Of course, I already showed this once. I'm coming back in case I missed some things. Okay, I'm going to let them know that that light there is flickering. They need to replace the bulb. Yeah, I'm going to let them know. So I'm going to end the video here, and I will see y'all later. And anyone who joins the stream late can back it up once it's processed. So, yeah. Au revoir, goodbye. This is Rare Preserver 2000.